Hello and welcome to another Cable Time video quick start guide. Today we will be looking at how to configure your network address settings on your MediaStar Evolution Lancaster or MediaStar Evolution encoding device. All our Evolution units are shipped with static IP address settings. Lancaster units are set to 191.53.51.209 and encoders are set to 191.53.51.208. You will need to know this default IP address to be able to browse the configuration page as seen here for the first time. In most cases, you will also need to change from these default IP addresses so the units will work effectively on your network. The Evolution web interface that you see here allows you to control all of your Evolution appliances settings, as well as setting up your video channels and configuring your unit's IP address. Today we will look at how to reach this page for the first time and how to change our IP address settings. I'm using Firefox as my browser, however other browsers like Internet Explorer are also supported. Using a system on your current network or using a crossover cable connected directly to a PC or laptop, connect the device to the crossover cable or the network. You will then need to configure your PC or laptop to an IP address in the same range as the Evolution device's default IP address setting. A good example of this would be 191.53.51.200. Depending on your system settings, you may need to restart your PC for this new IP address to take effect. Once your IP address is reset, you can then browse directly to the encoder setting by using the default IP address in the address section of your browser. Once you've arrived at this page, select IP configuration, and you can then change all your IP address settings to those relevant to your network. You may also select the DHCP setting if you are using a DHCP enabled network to automatically configure your network settings. All detailed information on all of these settings are given in the help configuration page on the right hand side. If you don't see this help page initially, select Open Help. If you're unable to browse to the unit via a normal network, or if you don't have a crossover cable, or if the device has been changed from the default IP address, you can use the serial cable or USB cable provided. If using a USB cable, please ensure that you install the drivers that are shipped with the unit for the first time. For this example, I'm using a serial cable connected direct from the device to my laptop. You will need to start the Hyperterminal session by selecting Start, Programs, Accessories, Communications, and Hyperterminal. Next, add a default name for your Hyperterminal connection. I'm using Cable Time Lancaster 01, as I may have a number of Lancasters connected to the network. Select OK, and I've already configured my RS-232 serial cable to use COM port 1. You will then need to change your bits per second to 115/200. Your data bits remain at 8, parity remains at none, stop bits remain at 1, and change your flow control to X on, X off. Select Apply and OK. You should now see a connection timer operating at the bottom, and your call should now be initiated. Simply type help for a list of simple configuration commands. Typing state will give you the IP address if this is unknown or has been changed from the default, and typing set IP will give you command instructions to change the system's IP address using the Hyperterminal. Please be aware that when changing the IP address settings on the system will restart, so you won't be able to view the browser for the first few minutes. Once you've finished your Hyperterminal setting, you need to disconnect, and you can also save that setting for later on. You are now free to browse your settings to be able to change your video settings and your other Lancaster or encoder device settings. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Further Cable Time video quick start guides can be found at www.cabletime.com. Thank you.